Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you have never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today, we are reviewing the Jeffree Star Blood Money collection. I can't hold all of it. This is part of it. So you can see some of the items that we got. I did order some of this from Beautylish, the rest of it from Gerard Cosmetics directly. But we have the palette, the glosses, the lipsticks, the extreme frosts, a mirror, and a bag. So if you'd like to see everything that I got from this collection, if you'd like to know my thoughts, see the review, as well as the live swatches of every single product, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. Hello guys, first thing I want to let you know is that I am going to try and remember to put timestamps down below so that you can see where everything is. If you are here just to learn about a specific part of this collection, just check out the timestamps within the timeline. You can skip to that section if you like, or if you want to be extra nice to me, then you can watch the whole thing. Completely up to you. But I just want to let you know that I will put those in there for you guys' convenience, just so you don't have to waste a bunch of time if you're not looking to. So within my order from Beautylish.com, this was the Blood Money Collection bundle, and it was $336. Now what that came with is a mirror, the Money Honey lipstick bundle, a mint green bag with a golden zipper, the 4 glosses, the 5 brand new formula eyeliners, and the Blood Money eyeshadow palette. Then from JeffreeStarCosmetics.com, since these items are exclusively available only on his website, I got the Extreme Frost in the shades Stripper Magic and Cold Hard Cash. These were $50 each. You can also get the gloss bundle with all 4 of the glosses for $72, or you can get the glosses individually for $18 each. You can also get the automatic eyeliner bundle with all 5 eyeliners for $100, or you can buy the eyeliners individually for $20 a piece. Then you can also get the mini green Money Honey lip bundle for $52 by itself as well, and it doesn't have to be part of the whole bundle. Now these lipsticks though are not available individually, or at least that I can find on the website. I don't know if maybe that's like in the future sort of thing there will be, but for now I'm not finding them individually. You can also get the mirror by itself, which I'm going to show you guys in just a second. The mirrors are $30, or these specific mirrors are $30. Now that we've seen the accessories, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in so that we can check out the palette close up. Here is the unit carton for the Blood Money eyeshadow palette. It looks like printed money, and I just love that. I think that is just so cool. So that's the front with the Jeffree Star logo on it, with Blood Money on the front as well. Then if we flip it over, it's got all of the ingredients on the top, then a scale here with the Jeffree Star logo on one side and piles of cash on the other. Cute. Then if we flip it back over, we have this little clasp made into the front of it. This is actually the palette coming through the unit carton, I believe, because I think we can open, yeah, right here at the bottom, here and here. There we go. And then we should be able to lift this part out. And the palette should slide right out of there. Okay. So here is the Blood Money eyeshadow palette. Ooh, this chest is fantastic. That looks like gator print. That's so awesome. So the front, as you can see, has Blood Money on it. Then on the back, it shows the little scale again, which is super cute. Then let's flip it over and open the little clasp in the front. And I believe you just squeeze them together. Oh, this one moves. Okay, so this one moves over, and then you just lift it open. And then, moment of truth. Here is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Money eyeshadow palette. There she is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in so that we can get started on swatches. Okay, Divine Intervention. Mint Condition. Chameleon Fetish. Poison Ivy. Next is Make It Rain. Then the ever famous Crocodile Tears. Then the shade Equity. Money Heist. CEO. Emerald Estate. Heavy Weighted. Jaded. Private Island. Self-Made. Tax-Free. Persuasion. Secret Stash. And Black Card Limit. Okay, and with that, that's every single shade from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Money eyeshadow palette. As always, I will insert photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. And here we have our video close-up of every single shade from the palette. Those swatches were definitely true to the Jeffree Star formula. They felt like it, they looked like it. They swatched really beautifully, honestly. The mattes felt creamy, the shimmers felt like butter. Like I said, like true Jeffree Star formula. If you've experienced his formula, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, I'm an idiot because earlier I thought that the Blood Money thing was like a sticker, and I think it's just being covered by this piece of plastic. So it is made into it. Oh, it's so shiny and sparkly. That was so satisfying. Also, I wanted to mention that there were a lot of people I know that saw this palette and were like, oh, it'd be great if it was a green palette because they only saw a few green shades. If you couldn't tell from the super OCD swatching, there are a lot of green shades in this palette. There's maybe only like 2 or 3 that aren't specifically green or green toned. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and prime my eyes with my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 02, and I will be right back. Eyes are primed, and now it's time to create a look. I think today I'm gonna go for more of a green toned look. I'm just really feeling that vibe lately. So I'm gonna start by using my Morphe Madison Beer Bullet Crease Brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Crocodile Tears. Now I'm starting with this shade and I'm gonna fill it right at the line of my crease. More like right above the point where you see color when my eyes are open and I'm looking at you. And I'm gonna do that from this outer edge, probably about halfway inward. I'm just gonna take this shade and start to work it into my general crease shape. Then I'm gonna pull it out to this outer edge and make a little bit of a wing. Before I pull that top line out into the wing shape, I'm gonna go ahead and go right here and kind of establish where that wing shape would actually go. If I follow my lower lash line, it'll go up and around here. There we go. Okay, so that's the way the wing shape's gonna go. I'm gonna take this, pull it out there. Oh yeah, there we go. I love how much pigment is being applied, even just with my initial application. I'm not really having to build it up a lot. Okay, I got my very first layer of color down. Crocodile Tears is in a cute little wing shape. Looks like I could fly away right now if I wanted to. Now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M321 brush. It's another pointed detail blender, and I'm gonna go into the shade Chameleon Fetish. And I'm gonna start stuffing Chameleon Fetish right into the crease area right here. Wow. Can you see how bright that is? You know what? I was going to use another color in my inner corner area, but I don't think I am anymore because I really, really like that. Now I'm going to go in with one more pointed detail blender brush. This is the Morphe M431. Now I'm going to go into the shade Mint Condition. And with this brush, it's much more pointed than the two previous brushes because I'm going to go in right at the edge of Crocodile Tears and blend out Crocodile Tears with Mint Condition. Also, so far I wanted to mention that Chameleon Fetish and Mint Condition both have quite a lot of kickback in the pan, but luckily so far I haven't really experienced any fallout on the face. So it's kind of excessive in the pan, like excessive, but not on the face, so I'm not too worried. Now I'm going to go in with the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS6 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Persuasion. And with Persuasion, we're going to go in the deepest portion of the crease, right here by the lid. And I'm not going to take it up as high as Crocodile Tears, but I am going to start pulling this shade up into the inner corner area so I can start deepening this portion as well. Since this shade is more of like an olive sort of tone, I should be able to deepen up the whole look with this and sort of tone down the brightness as it goes down onto the lid, which is sort of my goal this time for this look. I'm just going to barely tickle my inner corner with this color. And I'm also going to go ahead and continue to pull out into this sort of wing shape with this shade, just to make sure I don't lose what I've built up from there. I'm really liking kind of that general shape I've been building, so I want to keep it. You know what? I thought I was going to do a cut crease, but I've changed my mind because I'm really feeling a spotlight eye, I think. Mainly because I want to go in with the shade Black Card Limit. That shade is just calling my name. I need to go into the glittery black. So again, I'm going to use a very small pointed detail blender brush. This is the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS13 brush, and I'm going to go into Black Card Limit. And with this shade, I'm going to take it in the crease and only in the crease, starting on the outer corner, because I do want this to also go down onto my lid on the outer edge. So I'm going to go ahead and start it there in my outer V, and then start pulling it through the crease, keeping it as low as possible since it's black. And I'm going to bring this all the way around to the inner corner, right on top of Persuasion. I'm going to go very carefully through the inner corner. And I'm also gonna kind of make an inner V, if you will. So like there's the outer V, and then there's the inner V. Ooh, now we're getting kind of vampy. It's cool because it's like I already had a look, and now I'm changing it into another look. And with the edges of this black, the Black Card Limit, I am going to go back in with the JS6 that I used with Persuasion and just lightly blend out these edges. I'm not going to add any more of the shade Persuasion because it will get very dark very fast. But I'm just going to really lightly just kind of tickle the edges of this black just so it blends in a little bit better with everything else. I'm not going to touch it on the inner corner though with this lime green. I'm just going to leave that dark cut where it is because the Persuasion shade blended out was enough of a smoky kind of blend for me. Now I need the black to be sharp. I might change that later. I don't know, but for now, that's the way I feel. So I went really dark with it and I kind of love it. So I'm just going to leave it like that so far. But alas, it is now time for some shimmer. And the Jeffree Star shimmer formula is one of my favorites by far. I believe we should start by using the Morphe M204 flat packing brush. And I'm going to go into the shade Money Heist. So this is just with a dry brush at first. That really didn't pick up anything actually. So this is going to be one of those shades that I'm sure I'm going to have to break into with like a fluffy brush instead of a flat brush. Yeah, all I'm doing is flattening the shade. So instead, I'm going to try to use this Morphe X Nikita In1 brush. It has a little bit more of a fluffy taper to it at the end, and I'm thinking that's going to help me break into the shadow a little bit better, maybe, possibly. Let's find out. There's a little bit more on the brush. Let's see if it'll go on. Okay, there we go. That's working a little bit better. So obviously for the shade Money Heist, you're gonna need to break up the pigment a little bit or go in with your finger. I don't know why I just didn't do that. Or go in with your finger. I really just wanted to try it and see if I could use a dry brush, and I can. It's just not gonna be as good, I'm sure, as what it would be if I used my finger. And something that I realized, I think the last collection that launched, is that Jeffree hasn't launched any new liquid frosts since I think the Blue Blood collection. I'm pretty sure that was the last time I saw any. So I'm beginning to think that maybe he's phasing those out. I'll admit, I would have loved a green glittery liquid frost with this collection. I think that would have been really, really pretty. Like a champagne with green sparkles. And I'm sort of bummed out that we don't have that option anymore for new launches, but it's okay. I will survive. Maybe that's why he came out with the extreme frosts, to take the place of it. Or maybe he's gonna be launching a new body product, like a body glow product. Ooh, that could be a thing. Okay, so with this shade built up on the lid, I do of course have to and want to see what it looks like with a finger application. I will say that I can still see my lid and my eyeshadow base at my lash line where the shimmer's not covering it. So the shimmer with the brush isn't super opaque. It almost acts more like a topper. But now I'm gonna go in with my ring finger. That is very potent. Let's see what it looks like if I just press it on. Okay, it becomes very, very much more foiled and metallic. Oh wow. That is a beautiful duochrome green. It's like a yellow green to a teal green, which is really interesting because it looks like a bronzy copper in the pan, like a green gold almost. It does not look like a green gold on the eye. Well, I guess it kind of does on the monitor, but in person, it very clearly looks like a shiny green. It's gorgeous though. I'm loving this. Now that I finished the other eye, I realized what I was seeing that I thought was my eyelid was actually a third color that's in this trichrome, not duochrome. So it's got that Mountain Dew lemon lime kind of color. Then it's got more of like a standard base green, but then it has this reddish brown that flashes in the different spots of light. And it's so unique. I've never seen any kind of shade like this. I really, really like that a lot. But now it's time to deepen up the outer and inner corners of the actual shimmer shade. I'm not going to use the black again. Normally I would just use the black and go in and clean up the edges and bring it onto the lid, but we have more shades to use. So I'm going to use the black shimmer shade. I'm going to go into the shade Secret Stash, and I'm going to use the Morphe M152 brush. It's a really small, sort of fluffy flat brush, so I'm thinking it's gonna really be able to dig into this shade. Oh yeah, wow. I just barely brushed the top of it and it's layered in black. So I'm gonna put this on the outer edge first. Oh my gosh, that is so dark. And I'm gonna follow the lash line here to get the outer V area. Wow, that shade goes a long way too. And now, the very last thing I want to do for the eyeshadow look, for the upper portion of the look, is I'm going to take this teeny tiny, really long, flat-ended brush. I don't even know what I would call this brush. I think I got it from Gerard Cosmetics. And I'm going to go into the shade Divine Intervention. And I'm going to throw this shade right on the center of the lid. That's so bright. Wow. And you know what? While I have it out, let's go ahead and just use the same brush and the same shade Divine Intervention. And I'm going to add this to the brow bone as well. This is going to be my brow bone highlight. Oh yeah. Oh wow, wow, wow. That is so perfect! Not only is it perfect just by itself, but because I used that minty tone that Divine Intervention has, it mixes perfectly with it. I love this so much already, so I'm excited to see what it's going to look like in the very end. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, do all of my face makeup, get my lashes on, get everything prepared so that we can use the lip products, the Extreme Frost highlighter, as well as the brand new eyeliners. And I'm so excited for these. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all off camera so that you don't have to sit there and watch me do it for forever, and I will be right back. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Now that my face makeup is on, I say we throw some blood money on the lower lash line. And this time, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Pointed Blender Brush, whatever this one is called. It's kind of like the JS13, just that pointed detail blender. And I'm going to go into the shade Heavy Weighted. I've been wanting to go in with this shade since the very beginning because it has blue in it. And of course, I was drawn to that shade. But I refrained from going in with the blue like I typically would have. I'm just going to throw this on the outer edge. Just to start getting that blue-green tone right out there. And I'm going to stop about halfway inward, just like that. Now that heavy weighted is applied, I'm going to use the Morphe M222 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Self-Made, and that shade is going to be used to blend out heavy weighted. And last, just because I can, I'm going to go back in with the same Morphe X Nikita in 1 brush that I used earlier in the shade Money Heist, and I'm going to go back into the shade Money Heist, but I'm going to take that and put it only right here. So just on the center of the lower lash line, I just want to add a little bit of that sparkle. I don't want it to be anything insane. I just want to emphasize the center. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this earlier, but I forgot to mention it or show you, but the inside of the mirror is so cool. It has all these little like Jeffree Star logo and dollar signs etched into it, and it just looks really, really awesome. I really like the way it looks. It's super shiny, super luxurious. I love the chests. Okay, so that is it for the eyeshadow. Let's move on to the waterline and the eyeliner in the waterline. So we have 5 eyeliners here. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and I'm gonna show you the swatches of them. But before I show you the swatch, I wanted to show you the close-up of the actual packaging. This is so luxe looking. It feels just like, you know, some cardboard, but it looks very luxe. It's got that reflective packaging, has his logo, just looks really cool. Then flip it over, has the same thing, the logo with the expiry date and the weight and some info on the bottom right. And then apparently these just slide, yes, they slide out, and then you have the pencil liner right inside of it. So there's what the pencil liner looks like inside. And then if we take it out, this one specifically is the shade Money Counter, and the color of the actual liner is on the cap at the end, so you can tell, you know, which one you got. And it looks like it's got the Jeffree Star logo on the lid, Jeffree Star Cosmetics written on it, with the shade name right underneath it, this little green band, which is kind of cute. And then if we open it, we have our retractable liner. So that's what every one of them looks like, just the end cap part is going to be different. And now let me swatch them. So there's the shade Money Counter. Then the shade Assets. Next is Resting Rich Face. Then the shade Cold Digger. And last for this launch is the shade Armored Truck. It's kind of hard to see what it looks like on the camera, but it's a warm, kind of purpley mauve-y brown with a green flip to it. So kind of like what the cap is at the end of it, but it's much more rich in person. Overall, these eyeliners feel super creamy, and I cannot wait until we get a whole bunch more shades, like a metallic royal blue, or like a baby blue, or like a sky blue, or like any blue, really. I'm going to use the shade Money Counter on my waterline. So we're going to see what it feels like on the waterline and how it lasts. Oh, I really hope it's creamy. Okay, liner is on. Now we will find out how it lasts, how it wears. Usually after about, I'd say 10 minutes, most eyeliners on my waterline wear off on the outer edges really, really quickly. I say 10 minutes, usually it's like within the first couple of minutes, but we're gonna give it a little bit longer than that and see. I typically have to reapply my eyeliner at the end of a video anyway, so we'll find out. We'll keep tabs on it as we go through the rest of these products. Speaking of the rest of these products, before we move on to lips, I need to get some highlighter on this face because it feels very naked. So we have 2 Extreme Frosts here, one in the shade Cold Hard Cash, one in Stripper Magic. So far you can only see the outside of the packaging, so we're gonna open these up. Alright, so there's the unit carton that the Extreme Frost comes in. It's just an empty-sided box. Then if we flip it over, it has kind of the how-to on the recommended application. Then we flip it over again and we can slide the actual packaging out. So here we have our leather or faux leather packaging with the Jeffree Star logo embossed into it, I guess. And then if we open it like the jewelry box it is, so cute. We have the shade Stripper Magic. Oh, that looks really gorgeous. And next is the shade Cold Hard Cash. Looks exactly the same as the other one, just dark green instead of light green. Same thing on the back as well with the instructions. And then it's the same color packaging. And then the component itself is the same color as well, but the highlighter is definitely not. We have more of a gold instead of a champagne here. Still green based, obviously. So the shade on the bottom is Stripper Magic, and the shade on the top is Cold Hard Cash. Both are just exquisite. And I think for today's look, we are worthy of Stripper Magic. Even though I'm not practicing that profession today, and I like to use these with a finger application only, I find if I use a brush application for this kind of highlighter, I just get glitter everywhere, and that's all. So a finger application gives me a nice, solid, pigmented, super intensely saturated highlight. Ugh! Right now it's like just a stripe on my face, but we'll change that. We'll work on that. We'll make it not a stripe. We'll make it an orb instead. What highlighter? Oh, I love this so much. Now let's move on to lips, because they are the only other naked thing on my face, so it needs to change. Now, first we're gonna dip into the Money Honey Lip Bundle. Let's see what shades we've got. So it looks like the shades are Bankroll, Dead Presidents, High Society, Dirty Money, Special Order, Deep Pockets, Crocodile Tears, and Karma. I don't remember how many of these are new shades. I know Crocodile Tears is not. I think the rest of them are, I believe, actually. But I am going to go ahead and swatch all of them on the back of my hand and show you what they look like. Okay guys, and here's all 8 swatches of the Velour Liquid Lipsticks. Now from the top to the bottom, we have the shades Bankroll, Dead President, High Society, Dirty Money, Special Order, Deep Pockets, Crocodile Tears, and Karma. Now I think for this look today, I think I'm going to go in with the shade Karma and top it with a little bit of Dead Presidents. Since we're going to be going in with a gloss, I just want to have a good base for the gloss. So that's my plan. I am obsessed with how opaque his lipsticks are. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Dead President shade. And I'm just going to kind of boop boop right over the middle. And then just go in and... Oh yeah. We get those nice big juicy lips. Those nice big juicy green lips at that. I don't normally rock a green lip, but when I do. And now last but certainly not least, let's throw some gloss into the mix. Now since we've got 4 shades here, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and show you what these look like as well. And you know I couldn't leave you hanging with a close-up of the packaging for the gloss. This time it's all green, has the Jeffree Star logo with some little stars around it again. And then we flip it over. It's got a barcode with lip gloss at the bottom. Tells you about the 2 different gloss finishes on the side. And then on the other side, it has the ingredient list. And then on the other side, it's got the social media links for Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Now this shade is the shade Untouchable. Looks like no glitter in that one, just a deeper green brown. And there is the swatch for the shade Untouchable. Then the shade Paid in Full. Blood Money, and last the shade Peach Price Tag. I think for this look, my best bet is going to be Paid in Full, because I feel like the peachiness from it is going to help kind of tone down the green lip to make the eyes pop more. Obviously, monochromania is definitely what's happening in today's look with all of the green, but I still kind of want to make the lip at least look good with the look, if that makes sense. Ooh. Honey, wow, that gloss is like magical. It's funny because obviously the gloss that I just used was peach, but it looks like lime green. And with that gloss, that is the very last product that I have from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Money collection. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, finish off my lower lashes because that's literally all I have left, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts on the full collection. See you in just a second. Lower lash mascara is applied and we are done. This is the finished look, guys. What do you think? Please let me know down in the comments below. You guys know that I always love to have a conversation with you, but I want to know what you think about this look. Like, literally. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? Do you try it so hard? No, I'm done. I could go on forever. But seriously, I love this look. So like going into this, knowing that this collection launched, knowing that it was green, I wasn't really sure what to think because, I mean, I love the rainbow, so I love like every color, but green has never been a color that I've really been super drawn to when it comes to using it as an eyeshadow or a lipstick or a highlighter, and it just isn't something I really ever thought that I would be. But I've got to say, the way that Jeffree Star and his team comes up with and curates these collections, it inspires me. This inspires me. I wish that I could show you this palette in real life. I wish I could reach through the screen in like 4D and be like, here, look it, so that you could really see the colors for what they are rather than what it looks like on the monitor. That's why I try to give so many different versions of swatches so that you can really see the color story as it is out of the palette rather than what it looks like on a monitor within the palette, because it does look a lot different. I'd say literally 9 times out of 10, a palette is different in person than it is on the monitor. And that's just kind of the way it is. But the point is that this palette and its color story inspires me to want to create. There were so many different looks and directions that I could have gone with this palette, and all of them would have made me happy because I liked the way that it went. Obviously, the quality was there. The mattes blended out. They built up. The shimmers. Oh, the shimmers went on beautifully. I've never really had any real major specific issues from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. It's definitely by far one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, so I usually do have pretty high expectations whenever it comes to reviewing the Blood Sister palettes and really any of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics products. And I've got to admit that yet again, I'm blown away. So for the Blood Money palette itself, if you like a green color story, then I'd say go for it. If you don't like a green color story, or if you're just wanting to add in a pop of green, that kind of thing, I still probably wouldn't recommend this because there's not enough nude kind of shades in here that I'd imagine you'd be able to get away with a nude look with a pop of green. You'd have to literally have a nude palette and make this like your complimentary companion palette if you want to do something like that. And for $52, it's not the cheapest palette you could get as a companion palette. So definitely would recommend if you like greens or want to play with greens. Now, if you just want to add in a green, something like that, I'd probably go with like the Jawbreaker palette or something like that, so you can play with more rainbows and stuff. Now, the Extreme Frosts. If you like a blinding highlight and you don't mind using your finger to put it on, then I definitely recommend these because that is just gorgeous and I love it. If you don't like a lot of that glitter all over your face sort of thing, just know that you do need to go in with your finger. I personally hate these with a brush. For the longest time, I didn't want to use these, and I did literally hate them because I hated how I got glitter all over my face anytime I wanted to use it. Then I figured out, and I read it on the instructions, to use my finger if I wanted more of a targeted application, and I've learned now, so I love them. I would say with color story though, I would definitely pick Stripper Magic if you are light medium and above, and I would probably pick Cold Hard Cash if you were medium and below. It just seems like this is going to leave a little bit more of a golden, yellowy, greeny cast than Stripper Magic would, because Stripper Magic is more like that champagne green. The eyeliners. I am so beyond excited that Jeffree Star has brought eyeliners to his brand. I've been using his Velour Liquid lipsticks as eyeliners anyway forever, really, but I'm still glad he brought these. I typically prefer to keep them out of my waterline if possible and just use them as more like a liquid eyeliner for wings and such. So I'm glad he has these because I can still use those for wings and still use these for the waterline. Now let me look at my waterline and see how this has lasted for the last, say, 10 minutes was probably when I used it. Not bad. I've only lost the coverage in the outer corners that I usually lose coverage in. I don't know what it is about my outer edges of my eyes, but I pretty much can guarantee no matter what eyeliner I use, it's gonna disappear within like 10 to 20 minutes. But I'd say based on the way the rest of the waterline looks, these are going to last. Now obviously, time's gonna tell a little better than just my immediate first impressions because I'll have a chance to really dive in and experience them over the long term. But for now, that's the way I feel about them. Now $20 is a little steep. And then the lip bundle These velour liquid lipsticks, unless you're gonna use green lipsticks or green liquid liners, then you probably don't need this bundle. But if you are game to wear green lipstick and you are game to wear a green liner, then definitely get them. You know, they're really versatile, they're fun to use, they have good lasting power, like really good lasting power. Unless you're eating fried chicken, then it will break down and disappear. I am definitely a collector, so I will probably always recommend those. And then the glosses. The glosses, again, I kind of feel like you don't necessarily need all of them, not unless you just want all of them, like I do. I would say first narrow down if you like glitter or not. If you don't like glitter, good. There's only one option, the dark brown. If you do like glitter, then you've got the 3 options. And I think it would just be a matter of choosing which one you like and you think that you're gonna wear every day. And last, the mirror and the bag. I always feel like accessories are just a preference. I can recommend them for the quality, like the mirrors are always good. I collect the mirrors, but I know just from those, I get really good quality out of them. So if you're looking for a makeup bag and you want a good sized one and you like Jeffree Cosmetics and you want his logo on your bag, then go for it. You know, up to you. But all in all, I'd say we got a pretty fantastic look that I'm very happy with and I really, really like. So I have no complaints. Let me know what you guys' favorite part of this whole collection is. Do you like the lip bundle, the new eyeliner formula, the accessories, the extreme frost, the lip glosses, or just the Blood Money palette? Let me know your favorite parts down in the comments. Let's talk about it. I'm curious. I want to know. And I also want to know what inspires you. What inspires you to want to just create or do? I'm always curious what drives you guys, what makes you you, you know? And with that, that is it for me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be really, really awesome if you wanted to give me a thumbs up. It just lets me know that you like my content and that you appreciate all of the hard work that I put into my videos, but it also lets others know that you like my content and kind of helps YouTube recommend my videos to other people. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.